Welcome to Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Welcome, folks.
Let's see.
I'm here.
Here we go.
There we go. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another exciting edition of Treasure Talk. And it's going to be a good one tonight. We got some excellent guests, and we're going to have fun with this one. As you guys can probably see on my background, I'm in a different location. I'm actually at the beach this week, and the water's been too rough for me to get in, Jeff. So I've been dry sand hunting, which that's a hard thing to do when you're used to water hunting.
Yes, it is. I know I talked to the Mumbles man. He was up at Clearwater today.
Was he? Was he in the
he
water?
Said this morning, yeah. He said that this morning it was nice and calm, then it got a little rough, and then it calmed down a bit. And there was about 6 other looters in the water and about 4 or 5 landlubbers. And there were 2 rings found today, and guess who found them?
Did Tim find them?
The Mumbles man, and one of them is a 14K honker with ice.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I just dug a bunch of coins, so it was fun. My only issue I had today was, or yesterday rather, I've only been going for a couple hours, but I didn't put suntan lotion on my ankles and my shins. And wouldn't you know, that's the only place that got sunburned. I had it lathered on the face, the arms, everywhere. But since I was dry sand hunting, my ankles are now sunburned. So isn't that fun?
Well, you have to put some high top socks on so you look like a guy from Minnesota down there, eh?
Minnesota. From Minnesota, yeah. I should have done that. Well, I guess we better go ahead and get started. And I had to write everything out, so I think hopefully I'll get it right. Of course,
I think you probably get it right. You always do.
We try to. Okay, friends, today's show is brought to you by your friends at Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views and comments expressed by the Treasure Talk guests and members belong solely to the guests and members and not necessarily to Phil Myers, Jocelyn Myers, Myers Metal Detectors, or Jeff Monin. And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk is to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner. And I think we'll do that perfectly tonight.
Oh, I think so. I think so. We got a couple of really, really cool guests tonight. We've been trying to work this out for a while now. And, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. Let me get my microphone around here so people can hear me better. Everything happens for a reason. And I think it was, you know, the thing that happened was where we couldn't get it worked out until the legend is out and rocking and socking. So we've got 2 of the top flight Nokta Makro nomads with us tonight, and they know the legend, and they've been swinging the legend, and y'all know them. But if you don't, this is going to be a real good treat for you because you're going to learn a lot, and I think you make some new friends tonight. So I think what we'll do is we'll just bring them on, and we have 2 with us tonight. And they're going to come on at the same time. So get ready to buckle your seat belts and have a good time tonight. Let's bring on the Siren, Kimmie Price, and Dwight Colin. Let's see. There's Kimmie.
Hello.
And let's bring in Dwight.
Welcome, hey, Dwight. Kimmie. And welcome, Dwight.
Hey, Dwight.
On, everybody. How you folks doing out there? Mr. Rise and Grind in the building. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time again. It's that Rise and Grind. It's metal detecting time. Woo!
Ooh, yeah.
Woo! Let's get to it, baby.
Oh, I love that. When you're just so excited about metal detecting, and that comes across in your videos. So I dig that whenever I watch your videos when that comes on.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
The only thing I'm puzzled about, Dwight, is you put a video up the other day and you're on the beach. Dude, you had no hat. I mean,
I
I
go
think
out
we
there.
fried an egg on your head, dude.
I don't know what it is. I used to wear a hat, but then I was tired of coming home with the head all light, and then the other half is all white. So I was like, I gotta fix this, and I did pretty good about it. I put one little coating on. I let that one dry off. Jump in the water. Let that one dry off, and by that time, I'm good to go.
Okay.
He's got a whole process.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
saw
Louise.
that too. You saw I commented on where's your hat at, dude? Where's that legend hat? It comes with a nice hat in the box. You got to use that. Advertise for sure. It's a very nice hat. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it is. See, I've got a Nokta Makro hat. I don't have a legend hat.
We gotta get.
I'll have
I
to
know.
get you
Yeah,
one,
you need
Jeff.
one of those.
Yeah,
I
those
know.
are nice hats. Knock always has excellent products they put in the box with their stuff. So that's awesome. So you guys
Yeah.
are both using the legend now, right?
Yo, yeah. Absolutely, yes.
So you got it to, I guess it's version 7.0 now. Is that the latest version?
We're waiting on another one that's going to be off the charts amazing. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, each new update that comes out, this thing gets better and better and better.
This last one was excellent for the beach. I mean,
Yeah.
and it was already doing amazing. I mean, I don't know who follows my page, but if you have it, you can see I've been going to the same spots in Kissimmee, and I put on that small 6-inch coil. I've been hitting those areas, and since it discriminates against the iron so well, that one right there, that's my best friend. Actually,
It is that's an amazing coil.
I'm changing
Yeah.
this coil to the 6-inch coil because that's my best friend. Literally
Yeah,
rings, relics. I'm getting great depth with it. So I've been able to go to these areas and detect in these spots that, have been hunted heavily. But at the same time, of course, with new machines, you want to test them out. And the legend is holding up to its name.
It
well,
is
that's
too.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kimmie.
Oh, I was just saying it is too, because I'm telling you, what's really funny about the Nokta Makro products is when I came to them, my first machine was the Amphibio, and I thought, okay, that's going to be my deep seeker, because I was pretty sure that my other machine was my separation machine. It was my trash machine. It was always picking through. And then I got that Amphibio out there, and it was like picking through and finding things in spots that my other machines were not. And then here I go again on the same spots, and I'm bringing that legend out there, and it's blowing my mind. I'm like, I'm pulling out trash, and it's like, it's telling you this is a good signal, and it's finding the signals in and amongst all the other, and you can hear it, and you always seem to know, even if it's modern clad, it's a coin. I mean, it really has its language telling you, and it's a good signol. It's really incredible.
I love about it is what you just said, Kimmie, is that you got to talk. It's not like those other actors that we've used, how you're like, okay, I think I got something. No, this one you're like, I could go ahead
This
and
is good
put it right now because I know we got something good.
Well, I agree with you 100%. A good friend of mine got the legend, and it was, before he got it tuned in on the beach, it was a little chattery. Then we worked with it a little bit, got it all set up for the beach, and we're down in Daytona, and Daytona is a completely different beach than anywhere else.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's a lot of EMI down in Daytona too, and the sand is just different. He got that sucker tuned in. It was just whisper quiet until he hit a signal, and it was fun to watch him, because I watched him for a while, and he'd be going along, and it was, it was real quiet. And then all of a sudden he'd jerk, because that signal, boom. And he said exactly the same thing. He said, when you get a target, you know what it is. And it's just right on.
Yeah, I know that everybody loves it. Everyone that I've sold to people love it on the beach, and they've done well with it. It runs nice and smooth and perfect. But you guys use it for dirt hunting also, and it sounds to me like you love the 6-inch coil, which I've always been a small coil person, not because it makes the detector lighter, because the detector's light enough, but I just think that it's easier to use. And I always tell the customers who buy the Pro Pack to put that small coil on it first and learn the detector. It's a little easier. You won't be
Yeah.
going quite as deep as you do like on beach hunting with that big coil, but you learn faster, I think, with the smaller coil. Would you
What's
guys
really
agree?
crazy is that small coil still goes incredibly deep.
Yes, it does.
For the size of that coil, I'm shocked. So
Yes.
I mean, it is. I usually my favorite is usually a 9.5 by 5.5. I think it's the one. Yeah, 9.5 by 5.5 is the one I had on the Amphibio, and I was like, oh well, I think this one might be a little too small, so maybe the 9.5 by 5.5 is the one I'm gonna need. And I don't know that I need it. I'm really happy with this one right here. Obviously, I'll be happy to try it out, but yeah, this one is really amazing. It's picking through that trash, and it's still giving me the depth, and I'm really happy with it. I haven't put the stock coil back on, even when I'm hitting a field.
The SP24 coil for the Legend, if they come out with a SP24 coil for the Legend,
yes, that's what
all I'm going to say is this. All I'm going to do.
We know it's coming. It's just a matter of time, and it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. It's really crazy.
This is my proof. I told her this. I said this to her, and this is for every detectorist out there. Please listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. I love detecting, and everybody knows I have a passion for it. I love to do it every day. But there's some times that nobody sees me just, okay, like, you want something that was more up to date, like what was new, like the technology. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I told her, I said, I feel like a kid again. I feel like I could go out and give another 15 solid years because this detector is bringing technology. The backlight, that's one of my biggest things. I used to go to the beach with a headlamp and 98% time FWC. Sir, can you turn off that headlight? Sir, can you turn off the headlight? With the simplex, I would.
Oh no,
we lost
Dwight. What? There we go.
Okay, with the simplex.
That's what happened. You see, when you got some good conversation, we're turning up the internet. We're hot right now.
That's right.
That's how I feel about it. It just has a lot of the things, those headphones, the Bluetooth headphones, the the wireless battery charger, and it's waterproof. Those are the things that they brought to the table with this machine, that it just helps out with our detecting in the way that we love to detect. Especially if you're a beach detector, this machine is everything that you wanted and at a great price. That's why it's in one. The full package is
the price is absolutely killer.
That's the slogan, and it makes a lot of sense.
And something I've noticed that a lot of people are posting that have gone from another detector or even the simplex or their Amphibio, have gone to the Legend. They're going back to the places they've hunted a lot. I know, Dwight, this is specific to you as well. You're going back to some of the places that you didn't think there was anything left, and you're pulling some really good stuff out of them with the Legend.
And it's the separation part. That's when you have a great machine that separates through the trash. And I'll tell you, if anybody could come with me to just check out this one thing. I was detecting over a piece of metal. The roof shrapnel, the sheeting. I didn't know that was there the whole time because my other machine told me overload. So when I heard it, I'm thinking pipe, iron, and it's long. Once I moved that sheeting, I was like, hallelujah. Everything must have went right under the sheet. like they just moved it under the sheet. I just pulled it up. It was like a whole new field of goodies. It was like things.
Did you want to sing that again?
A whole new
that was, I was getting that too. I went into a really trashy area in one of the locations that I just couldn't get anything in there. And I took that little coil in there and I came out with a token, actually 2 tokens, a silver thimble, and a World War I general service button. So I was like, I got no complaints. I'm sorry. It's just picking through. It's amazing.
I think the small coils today go really deep. And they do an exceptional job for separation. See, I learned using a small coil probably 30 years ago. I had a good friend who used a really old Fisher detector, and everybody else wanted to use the biggest coil available. Oh, it goes the deepest. Well, the deepest isn't the most important thing. It's the separation. And
Yeah.
he had on his detector, he had a 4-inch coil. It's like the size of my palm of my hand. And I just couldn't believe the targets that he pulled out. So now that Nokta has that 6-inch coil for their Legend, you guys are going to do excellent with that,
Yeah.
especially in older areas when there's so much junk in the ground. And with the speed of processors we have today, back then we had to use a small coil just because the detectors were so slow.
That's true.
Run it really slow. Now you don't have to do that. You can swing your coil a little faster, and
Yeah.
you're still getting exceptional separation and depth on that 6-inch coil. So people are liking that.
I'm glad you said that, Phil, because that's the truth too about the moving of the coils. Just the way that we used to swing the coils were just remember to do this. You got to go slow,
So slow.
Not too fast because you're gonna miss the target. No, now when I'm doing the shows and events, I'm letting the people know. I'm like, actually swing that a little faster and tell me how to get the target separation.
Yep. Yep.
I did it better
When I first
way.
started out, that was the same thing. It was like slow and low, slow and low. Oh, and then you got on these machines and people are like, oh, you're going too fast. I'm like, no. These machines like it faster.
It's the new age of metal detecting. People are just so interested in metal detecting, but they just want to find it. It's like they skip the process of learning now.
Right.
The thing about machines is that it's like their cell phone. If they learn it, they're gonna love it. And if they love it, they're gonna enjoy the upgrades that come with it. So those are the positive things that go with it all.
Right. And I think one of the things that people need to be careful about is you hear that term thrown around that it's like kind of like plug and play, just get it out there and go, and you're going to start finding stuff. And well, that that is true for the most part. You can pick up a Legend and you can go out there and start digging and find stuff. But if you really, really, really want to find stuff, you need to read that manual. All the stuff that comes up and people that complain of the problems that they're having. And I'll be like, look, it's right here in the manual. This is why this is happening for you. Try this, read that manual. I say, read the manual and then go back and read it again, go out and detect, and then go back and read it one more time, to make sure you got it all. Because if you follow what they're telling you to do, that's going to be an unstoppable machine for you.
Yeah, they just need to download it on their phone or take it with them. What has been our battle cry for how many years, Phil?
It's been a long time. We're always telling people, take and read that manual. And the good thing about Nokta products is they put the manual in the box with the detector. So that's a nice feature. And they don't have to download it, but hey, you can still look at it on your phone if you're out in the field.
I'm telling you, when it first came out, the people that were coming on that were having issues, it was all user error. It was because they didn't read the manual. Not all, but like 90% of the problems were that they just didn't read the manual, and that's so important to do.
And folks, just for everybody to know, Jocelyn is here on Facebook, and Jeff has got you on YouTube. If you need to ask a question, just type that in, and we'll ask these fine guests some questions. And then let me get started with them. Dwight, why don't you tell us real quick, and we'll jump to you, Kimmie, in a second here. What detectors in your career have you used?
Throughout my career, I actually started. My first detector was a White's PI Surf Pro. I love that machine, great beach machine. And then I just started going into the Garrett family, Mind Labs. I went through them all. I mean, I even had an Equinox. There were some excellent metal detectors. I just fell in love with Nokta Makro for the simple purpose of just they were moving fast as I was, as my speed and the kind of way that I detect. And, I saw this future. I already saw the Legend in my future with Nokta Makro. It just took time. Of course, we all have to wait, and patience is a virtue. But when the time came and the Legend is here now, we could only suspect a great future for Nokta Makro for beyond this. So that's why I chose them. I mean, being as Mr. Rise and Grind, and everybody knows I respect every detector, every company. I'm family with them. I mean, Garrett down to the family, that's family, down to Mind Lab, that's family. All these detectors. What my choice is the sole purpose of the movement. The movement is moving. And I'm all about the young and the young guns. I'm all about, we want it now. We don't want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
We want it now. And that's kind of the representation I'm for. Is for the people that are like, okay, we see that these detectors do have the future of detecting, very light breakdown. I mean, my Legend breaks down this big. I could put it in my kid's backpack and he could take it to school. Those are the kind of things I wanted. They move in my pace, and I just love them for that. And Miss D-Lek too, and Borak's my best man.
Awesome.
So,
and you, Kimmie, what detectors have you used?
I started out with the Garrett family as well. So I went up the ranks of all the machines up to the AT Pro. And then after the AT Pro, I was kind of looking for something, to up my game, as it were. And I was messing around a little bit with the Fisher, the F75 SC. But I was looking just, what was my next machine going to be? And I was looking what was out there and a couple of different machines. And I set my eyes on the Amphibio. And once I got my hands on that, what was funny is everybody's like, oh, it's, it's such a different machine than what you're used to being, having worked with the AT Pro. But I was actually pretty surprised that I picked it up really fast. I mean, it didn't feel that different to me, it was a next level, of course. But like I could understand what I was hearing, and maybe because I was used to running in all metal mode in the AT Pro, I was listening to everything. I wasn't discriminating anything out because I'm a relic hunter. So I want to hear as much as I can. So I picked that up pretty quickly. And then from there, I actually went on to the cruiser, to the multi-cruiser, just because it's a little bit lighter and it didn't have as many things to fiddle with because, again, I'm a relic hunter, so I have it wide open. I didn't need all the extra settings. So I sacrificed the settings for the weight, and I started using the multi-cruiser. And now, of course, the Legend, which I really, really love. I'm really happy with that machine.
Awesome. And real quick, tell us where you're at.
I am in North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, and I think you mentioned the Simplex. We love the Simplex, too. I'm sorry. I left that one out of the mix. But yes. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina in this, awesome, what's known as the Sand Hills.
Okay.
Wow. I was born in North Carolina.
Where were you born?
I was born in Jacksonville, Camp Lejeune. I'm a Marine Corps baby.
Okay. I was up that direction a little bit not too long ago. I was at Aurora Hills. Aurora Hills. Have you ever been there? The Shark Tooth Museum?
No, I have not.
Okay, no. It's over towards the coast. I went shark tooth hunting for this first time recently, which was super cool. I found a baby megalodon, and I'm kind of hooked now, so I'm looking for locations to go shark tooth hunting. But yeah, so it was up. I kept seeing. Ooh, what you got there?
That's a vertebrae. This was found in Venice.
Cool.
Venice. This is
very part of. Cool. I heard Venice was a really good place to go.
Yeah. This is all straight from the beach. I mean.
Yeah, I heard that was a great place to go.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful place.
Dwight, go ahead and tell us where you're at.
I'm in Orlando, Florida. I'm Mickey Mouse's best friend.
Mickey.
I could go right now. I could go get Mickey if you guys want, but I'm gonna keep it, metal detecting related.
Oh goodness. Yeah, you're right. The central part of the state.
Yeah.
And you still pull some cool relics out of that area.
Listen, I have some relics here. And usually this is, I felt excited about this show. I want everybody to know, thank you for having us. And also, I was super excited about this show. I have some relics in front of me that are really neat. And I never showed these before. I've always done shows and I'll go through it and I never talk about them. But I want to show some interesting finds that you can find in Florida, being that the Treasure Talk is a Florida-based show. And I want people to know that
lost them.
We lost your vocal, Dwight. Lost your vocal.
Audio, no vocal.
It's fading in and out.
Might be a connection.
Are we good?
We lost your sound there for a second.
Now we're good.
All right, I was receiving a call. After you talk about goodies, people want to call, mess it all up. It's how it goes. But I knew that was coming. I was like, once I start talking about the goodies, somebody's gonna say, "Let's interrupt." Okay, but here we go. So this one right here, I thought was just a regular shotgun shell, as you could see. Then when I tipped it over, it had another shell on top. when I opened up the shell casing, inside were matches from a soldier.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it could have been diamonds, but it would happen
But
to
it
be just
wasn't.
matches.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it's still
matches.
cool. It's
Very,
very
very
cool.
neat. And then another piece of trench art was, look at this 50 cal bullet
That's
turned into a
crazy.
knife.
That is crazy.
So, and then Shipwreck Relics. This is something that has never been identified still, but you folks know I am a diver. And these are some of the relics, still the conglomerates in there. And I won't get it checked. I don't know. I'm one of those. I'd rather keep it in the casing.
It looks cooler like that.
It does. It does. And then you
Yeah.
can find big jewels like this,
Oh yeah.
cool bottles like this,
Mhm.
harmonica reeds like this, or harmonicas. So we got cool relics in Florida. So if anybody
Of course.
ever wants to come down to Florida and check out what Florida has to offer, you know that you can come check out Myers Metal Detectors and he'll take care of you. If you don't bring your gear, or if you're already here on vacation and you just need to rent one, I know my partner, he definitely has them for rent and he would love to take care of you. So come on down and dig up some history in Orlando, man.
There you go. And go visit Mickey.
Yeah.
That's right. Take the kids and then I'll take you digging.
There you go.
The kids at
Drop them
Disney.
off at the park.
Yeah, and go detecting for sure. So let me go through some of my questions here because we've had some people already write some in. And of course, if you have questions you want to ask live on the show, just send them on YouTube to Jeff or over here, Jocelyn. Hopefully we'll pick them up and we'll get going with it. This one is from the Mumbles man, Tim Naylor. He's asking your most unusual find. And we'll start with you first, Dwight.
Most unusual find. I all my finds are, I haven't found anything crazy. And I mean, do you mean just unusual, like weird in the weird sense?
Anything you want to talk about?
Oh man, there's only one weird thing that I've ever found. Probably one of those coins that have, you know, like the little crazy, very risque on it and all those coins. But I found something crazy, but I can't mention that on here. I'm so sorry, but it was a good one.
It was a good one. That's okay. We're a family show.
This is a family show and I'm a family business, but it was a good one.
Yes.
And you, Kimmie?
Mine was actually a surface find of multiple items. I was in the woods near a hospital, and there was a sheet laid out, and all around the edges of the sheet and on the sheet were hypodermic needles, empty vials, and razor blades. And so I left. It was obviously somebody getting through their trash. I don't know if they were just going for the needles or if they were hoping there was like remnants of drugs in the bottom of the vials or what, but it was not pretty. I beat feet out of there. I was like, going, just getting out of here.
Absolutely, for sure.
One of the other, now on a positive note, another thing that I found that was another surface find was actually 3 or 4 gift cards, and they actually had money still on them. So there was like a Starbucks card, there was a TJ Maxx card, there was a Chick-fil-A, and I think the other one Marshall's. So, and there was I think close to $100 when you added it all up. And I was like, well, cool. I'm going shopping.
All up my alley. All up my alley. Chick-fil-A
Right?
too.
Right? So good.
Yeah, after you go detecting, you can stop at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And it was
That's
around
a cool
Christmas
thing.
time. I was like, I'm going Christmas shopping.
Oh,
Yeah, I always love it when I find paper money. I just think that's the coolest thing. And I posted
that is
pictures,
cool.
and people say, "How do you find that with a metal detector?" And I always say, "You got to use the paper money program."
Yeah. When your eyes are trained to look down, you'd be amazed at the things that
Phil,
you
you're gonna
find.
get us in trouble. You're gonna get us in trouble, Phil. They're gonna ask us, why doesn't our detector have that program that Phil was talking
Yeah,
about?
where's that
You
paper
know,
money
you tell them,
program?
you say, hey, when they ask me, I say,
That's
hey,
in the next update.
you know, these people, they set their detector up and they discriminate out the paper money.
Yeah.
I don't know
Go
why they
back
do
and
that.
read the manual, and you'll see it for sure.
I'll tell you this though. You said with your eyes are your best detectors. That's why you found the paper money. And if this question probably will come up, what's our best find? I actually found it with my eyes. Two of my finds. One with the metal detector, one with my eyes. But my emeralds, the ones that I found in the coast, by Frederick Douglass. I found a
Nice.
beautiful conglomerate of emeralds, and sure enough, they were emeralds from the treasure coast,
Nice.
and
From
they
That's
sit in a
really
museum.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
sit in a
awesome.
museum right now in St. Augustine.
Oh my
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That
That
is
is
really
really-
awesome.
That's a neat eyeball find, and there was a lot of those on those shipwrecks
Yes, sir.
that
Yeah.
probably haven't been found yet, so people could find them even today for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just saw a comment come across my screen. I think it's from Big Poppy, my hunting buddy, and he said that Dwight's a who.
He is. Yes, he is.
And it's funny when we talk about eyeball finds. I was hunting with him on a lot where we're getting ready to tear a house down. We have permission to hunt on it, and I'm digging coins left and right. I must have dug 30 or 40 coins in the heat. And he comes over and shows me this handful of coins. I said, "Well, where'd you find all those?" He said, "Oh, they were on the back step." A big handful of coins. So he told me about the number of coins, but they're all on the step. So yeah, you got to have your eyes open to find the stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
talking about a surface find, I actually found two really good things too. But one was a Indian hide scraper, American Indian hide scraper, and a drill point. Those are surface finds out in the fields out here. You'd be amazed that people come across the arrowheads and that sort of thing, which is really cool too. So you want to be on the lookout around here for those.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. Let me keep going down my list. This one is from Shannon Bordner, and she's asking Dwight and Kimmie your favorite Nokta product. And we'll start with you first this time, Kimmie.
It's got to be the Legend. It really just, I'm so impressed by this machine, and it just keeps getting better and better. It ticks all my boxes. It can go down small. It's light. It's easy to use. And it's finding everything for me. It's getting through the trash, which is one of the major things over here. We find more in the trash than we do super, super deep. And, but this, the coil does still go really deep, but it's in the trash for me. So it's finding all these little things that I was missing with my other machines. And I'm just so impressed by it. So definitely the Legend.
Okay, cool. And you, Dwight?
I'm gonna have to jump the Kimmie train. The Legend is definite, just because it is exactly what we all wanted as a detector. I will say this, and I will keep on repeating it because that's what I love about it. It's everything that we all wanted. And especially, we didn't even mention this. It has a gold prospecting mode, a prospecting mode that's a real prospecting mode, not no regular prospecting mode, not just a machine that said, oh, we can pretend to be a prospecting machine.
Yes.
This machine is a real prospecting machine. It has the capabilities of doing that. It has the capabilities of working the field. It has the capabilities of crushing parks. And then you have the beach. If you could get all those four main things put together in one and make me a solid unit, I'm going to have to agree with the Legend on this one. The Amphibio was my previous machine, which a lot of people know I had great success with. And again, I always had the puck coil on. They make phenomenal machines, but just for what we received and what I wanted, I will have to say that the hours I put in with the Legend is the best product out, the best bang for its buck out of any detector out there. I could put my name on it, but I don't speak just for me. I speak for my whole New Age Goonies. And what I mean by that is my brand. I wouldn't put my name on something just for a detector. It's affordable. I don't need to do it. It's not. Right. It's affordable. I could afford it. It's just I believe in the machine, and I believe what the future holds with it. And for those sole purposes, I am going to have to say that the Legend is my product of choice with Nokta Makro at this moment.
I like what you said about putting your name on it too, because I am, me, Dwight, from day one. Day one, it's always been about integrity for me. And I've had some people, recently call me a fangirl and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I am, but there's a reason for it. I'm not going to put my name on something that I don't believe in. And I 100% believe in Nokta Makro and this machine. And so, it's a given. if you're willing to put your name on it and put your name out there, then
That's
stand by
what I
it.
say. I stand by it. So
Well, I think too, when you look at the marketplace as a whole, what
Mhm.
Nokta Makro has done when they come out with the Legend Pro Pack, I mean,
Mhm.
that extra battery, that's huge in itself.
Yes.
You know, but with another coil besides, I mean, you can't.
Mhm.
How can you beat that at the price point that they're selling that at? And I think it's
Mhm.
what, $780, Phil? Isn't that what the retail on the?
765 for the Pro Pack, and I do have. I want to mention
that's
I do have.
incredible. That's just
Crazy. I know.
incredible.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
with 2 coils and an
Mhm.
extra battery, and I do have them in stock. Oh, 2 coils, extra battery, and the wireless headphones. So an
Mhm.
excellent deal.
The
And
Yeah.
headphones, the headphones.
yes,
Let's
Oh
talk.
my
Let's
gosh.
break this. Okay, since
Oh,
we have time, let's do
the
this. You know what?
headphones.
We could stretch this. We're all
Mm.
adults here. We could stay as
Oh.
long as we want. Okay. So now let's go ahead and talk about. Let's break this machine down for everybody.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go just straight to the headphones first. Let's just go with the headphones.
Oh
When
yeah.
we're out there metal detecting, we want some good, solid headphones, and
Mhm.
everybody knows Nokta was working on that. Our ones that
Mhm.
came out with the Simplex, that was a introductory headphone. That was the headphone
Yeah.
to say that we are going to go ahead and make a
Mhm.
Bluetooth low latency compatible headphones. And
Mhm.
then when they dropped the Legend, we waited. Time is patience. Like I always say, patience is a virtue, but people have to understand that. We waited.
Mhm.
And with waiting, we were able to get quality Bluetooth headphones.
Yes,
Yep.
they are.
Then we were able to get
Mhm.
quality amps or whatever. I'm not that one genius for the battery. We were
Mhm.
able to implement those in our machines. So since we were able to do all that, we broke it down into each thing that everybody wanted. Everybody
Mhm.
wanted a bright LED. We gave you a
Yep.
backlight LED. Then we gave you a light LED. People wanted the clock. Some
Mhm.
people are annoyed by the clock, but I'll tell you right now, there's sometimes I hate going in my phone just to look at the clock when it could be right in front of me.
Mhm.
yeah,
How
and
many
I think
hours I used?
Made it.
Those are another
Mhm.
important things. Like how many, Dwight, I have a question for you. How many hours have you put on your machine? I have a question for you. Well, these questions I can answer. I got about 2-3 days, and then
Mhm.
I can show you this machine has worked properly and I've had no issues for
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years. And that's why,
Mhm.
because my machine is in front of me, it documents that for me already. So these are just
Mhm.
kind of things that our new age would like to have in their machines, and we are getting
Mhm.
in our machines. So these are the cool things about it.
That's good.
Yep.
yeah, yeah, it's an excellent product. Now, have either of you guys used the new coil, the big one?
Yes. But I like the small. I mean, I played around with it a little bit, but honestly, I don't. The stock coil goes deep, and I'm in the trash right now. So I haven't even taken it out on those open fields looking for the deep signals. I'm more interested in these old home sites and stuff that I know have really good stuff hidden in the trash. So I'm still
Right.
working the little coil.
I gotta go get that, Uncle Phil. Show me that again.
Yeah,
Show
this
me
is
that one more time.
that's a 13
The
and a
big
half
monster.
by or 12 and a half.
Let me
I've
see the
sold
front of it. Turn it around, like model it. I want. Ooh, look at that.
it's
Like,
just
look
a
at how
little larger than
sexy.
your stock coil, and I just
Mhm.
the couple I've sold, the people are beach hunting with it and getting
Yeah.
deeper targets than the
And more,
stock coil.
you're clearing more area. That's another
Yeah, you
thing
Yeah.
for us. Us people who've done this and want to keep on beach hunting, we do have a preference. Some of us like to hunt during the day, and some of us like to hunt where that crack of dawn's about to drop. And with that backlight, I'll tell you right now, I can't leave the beach. Just everybody's gonna see me at the beach a lot more, and they're gonna be like, "What are you doing here?" I've been waiting for the Legend. That's why. I mean, I couldn't do it with anything else. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
We got a couple questions here. One off YouTube from Shannon Bortner, and wants to know how is the battery life on the Legend, and then another a Facebook user, and I don't know who that would be, but did you upgrade any components on your detector? How long do the headphones and detector batteries last? So they're very related questions.
Kimmie, would you like to go first, or I can take care of that one as well?
If you want to go for it, go for it.
All right. Well, my thing is this: I like to hunt, and I don't like to. I have not used. So saying about the spare battery, I like to hunt, and I give my detector about a good 6 hours a day if I'm hunting, just a day, and I will go about 3 days, or 2.5, 3 days, but solid. And some of these days, I'm talking about 6 hours straight. There's no cutting off my detector for an hour. I'm talking about 6 hours in the day. And I have great life battery. I haven't had no issues of, even with my headphones. I didn't charge my headphones since I did my last 2 shows. I took it out to the beach when I was with Gary at Coco, and I turned them on, and I had a full battery. So from the show that I did, that I charged them, showed people, gave them a demonstration, that's probably an hour max, and then did another hour at another show and kept them in the vehicle for another month, and then turned it on, full battery still on my headphones. That's why I said waiting for the right batteries that were available were the reasoning for a lot of this too. So those are the reasons that they last so long. I have great success in length with my batteries.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know what the cost is of the Legend, Phil. So the regular and then the Pro Pack.
The standard is $635, and the Pro Pack is $765, and we've got them in stock over in Tampa. So, or we could ship it to you if you want us to. And we do have, if you just bought the standard Legend and you wanted to get either coil later, we can do that too. So that's available now. Nokta got their products out pretty darn quick compared to other brands. They must be over there working real hard because they've got them out.
They are.
We have the waterproof headphones, and I think we have the lower rods and the middle rods coming in for that for the Legend. Because some guys who are taller wanted the expanded middle rod, and I think we've got both, because they're actually the same, if I'm not mistaken, as the ones for the Simplex.
They are.
And we've got those on the way too, because they sold out of those for a while. Because I think a lot of people like to have 2 lower rods, so that when you switch that coil out, you can do it in a matter of seconds. Just pop out one lower rod and put the other one in, which is nice when you do that, for sure.
That is convenience, yes.
And Dwight, Jocelyn just told me she wants a Legend now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It really is.
Okay, Dwight.
It's on. It's on. We need and this is another thing too that's good for people to know. When you have a simultaneous multi-frequency machine, I notice conversations, and I don't like to jump into conversations about things, but one of the things is when people do seated hunts. What's great about our machine is with just one little click, that little button, you can go into a single frequency, and now you're not interfering with 300 people, and they're not interfering with you. And then you can drop the knowledge on them to let them know, hey, listen, if you're running a multi-frequency right now in a shootout, in a little seated hunt, you should drop into a single. And if you can't, then you can't be in the hunt. You know, it's like, because it interferes. And I know that people had that question. So I just want you to know, if you do have the Legend, there is a way to have that taken care of. Just jump into a single frequency, go ahead. And if you love the multi-frequency, you can jump into any of the frequencies. So that's another thing. It's interchangeable. People like to go and switch through them. But that's something that I know people need to know, because when you have a seated hunt, a lot of people like to go in there in the multi-mode, and it's like simultaneous, and it's like, hey, listen, go ahead, drop it in a single mode. You're only hunting for a coin that was buried this deep, so it's going to just yell at you, and you don't want people around you to be annoyed. And so teach them that. As long as people understand, jump into the single frequency. I've been learning that at a lot of these shows lately, so I thought I would drop that with everybody out there.
Right, and also turn your sensitivity way down, since you're only trying to get a 1/2 inch deep. You don't want to dig a coin that's 1.5 inch deep.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize you need to get some distance between you and the person next to you, especially if you've got that sensitivity. You want to make sure that you're not too close to anybody. The manual itself says stay away 30 feet. And even if this is true for the people that are trying to get the depth out there. If you're walking side by side with somebody, you might not be hearing each other chirp off, but you can be getting some silent EMI in there, and that's going to eat away at your depth too. So just make sure you're keeping a good, happy distance between each other if you're trying to get the deep signals. So,
Right. So it looks like Jeff's got the banner rolling. So we're fixing to give something away, aren't we, Jeff?
We are indeed.
uh-oh.
We are. And there's going to be 2 people that are happy tonight. This word comes right down from Dilek. When I asked her about the giveaways for tonight, she said, let's give away some Nokta Makro coils. I did double check with her when the Legend coils came out, and they are included in this. So if you have any Nokta Makro detector, whatever one it is, there's going to be 2 winners. You get the coil of your choice. So get your fingers ready, because what you have to do, the rules were you had to be tuned in to win. When you hear your name called, and only if you hear your name called, you'll have 3 minutes to text or Facebook Messenger to either Phil or myself. Our numbers are scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Please text us with your name and that you are here. Then what you must do tonight, you must email treasuretalkshow@gmail.com your information, your name, address, phone number, and make sure you put your phone number on there, and the detector you have and the coil that you want. I will get that to Dilek, and she will get your product out to you so you can be happy and getting them goodies with the Nokta Makro coil. Now,
Gotta get the goodies.
Had to use a phrase that I come up with, and I come up with the phrase, Nokta Makro coils get her done. And they do. So there's 2 winners, and I've got alternates. So we're looking at the clock. It is 47 minutes after the hour. So at 50 minutes after the hour, we're going to draw somebody else if you haven't responded. So get ready. Country Diggers, you are a winner. And John David, you are the winner.
Woo!
Congratulations.
So get on
Now,
horn.
don't miss out on this now.
No.
This is a free call. You better make sure you're calling in like it's a radio station.
Yeah.
That's right. They all text or Facebook Messenger within 3 minutes.
So since you guys both are using the Legend now, let's ask some Legend specific questions. Dwight, what program do you use on the beach?
I use the beach mode, sir, and I use it on the wet. I prefer the wet even on dry land, because you know that when you go onto the beach mode, you can choose either wet or W or D. It's a W or D. And so I prefer wet even while I'm on the dry because of our Florida, you know, our mineralization over here in Florida. So, and then multi-one, man, I just go right into it. I just go on, click on. I'm very simple, man. I like to just find the goodies.
And what sensitivity are you running at?
On the beach, I'm literally running it at a 30. That's on my pictures. It's, you could see it's on a 30. I run it full sensitivity. Wide open. The reason why, I'm used to a PI machine. I'm already used to a little bit of interference from those detectors, a little chatter. So even the slight little bit, I'm just so impressed with it being that machine and doing what it does.
Yeah.
So it's very quiet. It's very quiet for especially our mineralization on our beaches. I mean, you're talking about something that can take a detector, do some ringers. And it was some fun times, man. At Cocoa Beach, it was fun time. I was detecting with a gentleman with a CTX. Me and him were next to each other. We were walking, talking, you know, having a good time. Good conversation. He was new to Nokta Makro. He didn't know. He was like, what is that?
Ooh.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, you are the perfect person. And I carry backpacks with me, right? So I'm on the beach and he's looking at me. He's like, now he's kind of confused because now he's looking at a detector he's never seen. And I'm about to give him a backpack with a hat and a patch from the detector he's never seen. So he's like,
Nice. What?
Who are you? I was like, no, sir. I just love him. I just love him. Here you go. And then,
That's
you know,
awesome.
of course, probably got a little potential person that'll check him out. But I was out there, me and him swinging it. But I prefer wet as I'm on the beach, and that is my mode for while I'm on the beach.
Yeah, I think that in the wet sand mode, you can run that in the dry. And I have people who ask me all the time, well, can I just use the same program everywhere? And I said, well, yeah, you can, but maybe in the park or field mode, you might get a little deeper. But some people don't want to learn a lot of stuff. They just
Yeah.
want to set their sensitivity and go hunt. And if I set them up in the beach multi-wet mode, they can hunt anywhere in Florida with that. Wouldn't you agree with that, Dwight?
I definitely agree with that. But one thing is, I always tell people this: if you want to keep it simple, and when you're metal detecting, it's just like me and my energy. I love what I'm doing, but that's just because I always keep everything simple. I don't try to overthink it to where it's like, oh my God, now I have to call the engineer. I don't know what's going on. This is a question I feel uncomfortable because I really respect this company, but I don't know how to answer it. I don't put myself out there. I really like to keep it simple. And what I would tell somebody who is the person that said, no, I learned my beach mode and I feel I could hunt the dry, on land with it. No, keep the beach mode. And then if you want to do like field mode on land, then you can do field mode on land and park mode on field mode in a field. There's just a little difference in the sound of the tone of conductivity of the metal. That's all you're going to have a difference in. But if you want to keep it simple and you don't want to go too far into your machine, just literally look at it. If it's the park you're in, hunt like I do. I turn it on. I literally just turn on. I go into my first park mode and I hunt. And I hunt with it until I'm like, okay, I found pretty much everything that I could find on this mode in this area. Now, let me try 2. Now I go on 2. If it changes where my targets have changed, now I know what I'm working with. Then I can differentiate different targets by that mode. That's the way I work it. So for the person that would want to use the beach mode on land, I just simply tell them this. Take your detector. If you don't want to do any of your learning and you don't want to go through the manual and you want to just straight gun it out of the box, take it out the box, and wherever you're at, if you're at the park, put it on park mode. If it's a little too loud, drop the sensitivity. Don't go in there trying to master program it. Just drop the sensitivity little by little until it sounds to where it's at and it's right. Where you get to a place that you're feeling comfortable, notch it up a little bit, notch it up until you can hit that 30 like I do where I'm at.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't have a different legend. I don't have a different legend. They give me the same one that everyone has. And I like to use it in areas people know. I hunt in rural where there's people who drink beers every day and crack stuff all over the floor. That's where I hunt. So people know I'm in trashy areas. But when you look at my relics, that's because of the equipment I use, smaller coils and different things like that. So, yeah.
I think we got somebody texted us, Jeff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. Wants to know about, well, we got both winners, so we're good there.
Oh, okay, perfect. Awesome.
Yay.
So I don't know what that was. But
Whoever this is says, would love to see a small elliptical coil for the legend. The small round is good, but makes me take baby steps.
oh, well, that's that. I think it's the SP.
The 9.5 by 5. Yeah, it'll be the. I don't think it'll be the. It would be called the SP24. What do you think? It'll be a LD24?
Yeah,
probably
or
LD24.
LG, something further like that.
hey, no.
SP stands for simplex. So you know we're gonna, but yeah.
So it'll be that size though for sure. So we have our 2 winners. Congratulations to the winners.
Yay! Congratulations.
Now they need to do their email. Remember, name, address, phone number, and the coil that you want for whatever machine that you have. Because I'm not going to keep sending it back to you. Write it down, put it in the email. I'll get it to Dillick, and you'll get your coil. And then you're going to find all kind of good stuff.
Even more, absolutely.
That's right.
Okay, so Kimmie, I asked Dwight what his settings are on his legend. How about you? How do you hunt with yours?
I'm doing it simple out of the box to show everybody that you can do it right out of the box, other than I'm not notching out. I'm leaving it in basically wide open. I'm not discriminating anything. If I'm in the parks, I'm in the parks, or if I'm in the, the trashy home sites, it's in park, or if I'm out in the field, I'm putting it in field mode. Pretty much staying in the multi-frequency one on both of them. Not fiddling with much of anything and just seeing what I can find right out of the box easy. Because that's one of the things I've been wanting to show is you don't have to be, fiddling with everything. That's never been anything. I don't like to do it. I want to get out there and just go. And I know so many people who are like that, or who are just getting into the hobby, that want to know that they can just pick this machine up and get out there and start metal detecting, know what it is, read the manual, but it's easy. It's easy to get out there and find stuff. It really is.
Yeah, so just use the stock program, get out there and do it, get with it, read the manual a couple times, and then before you go messing with all the advanced features of it. That's what I would.
But like I said, when you're out relic hunting, I don't know what everybody's looking for, but I'm looking for everything. I mean, to me, I don't want to rule out trash, because some of the things that I have found that some might consider trash, like one of the things that I found recently that's going to go in my video coming up really soon, it sort of rang up a little bit like trash, and somebody might think it were trash if they didn't realize what it is. It's a piece of an aluminum, but it's a really cool piece of an aluminum, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
I like that. I like that.
A little hint.
Tension builds.
So what would be good that you would find that would be aluminum?
Okay, cool.
I know a little something.
Okay, we're going to keep bouncing on my list here because our time is waning fast. And this one was from, I guess, Liam Dyson. He's asking Dwight and Kimmie, where's the gold?
Where do you find the
gold?
Is
everywhere. Everywhere.
It can be.
It's in the ground.
Yes. So have either one of you all found a gold coin?
I have never found a gold coin. Gold coins are hard to come by. So no, I have not found a gold coin yet.
Okay.
Lots of silver, but no gold.
I've never found a gold coin. I found some pretty rare relics. I found a gold ring that was worth a lot of gold coins, but as a gold coin, no gold coin yet. Soon, and hopefully now that you heard that, hopefully it comes with a legend.
That was put out into the universe, so Dwight and I are both going to come up with gold coins this year.
Today's the
it's out
this
there.
is the year, I guess. Instead of today's the day, we'll say this is the year for sure.
This is the year. I like that one, Phil. This is the year.
Yeah, we can't say today's the day because the day's almost over, but this is the year. All righty. So, what is your favorite find, Dwight? Your favorite, absolute favorite find?
I'm gonna have my my beautiful wife come over and show me her hand real quick. Give me or you could give it to me real quick. She's over there having a conversation. Well, quick story. I was in South Carolina and I was on this beautiful trip with my family, and we were there for a gymnastics competition. And I did a little bit of research on the area that I was. So I found out that the area had it was in South Carolina, so there's a lot of plantations in different areas like that. So the gentleman who owned the property owned the hotel as well. But when I told him I wanted a metal detect, he thought it was like some bad juju, whatever. So he was like, listen, do whatever you want. So of course I did whatever I want. I went to the back and I found a lot of jewelry. But the best find that I found was this 1920 to 30s 4.5 carat diamond ring as a set. And that bad boy, look. That's how big it is. It's huge. Let me see if I could get it in the camera right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and what was crazy about it is that when I'm digging it up, I look down and you know, when they say gold stays gold, the way it comes out of the dirt.
Yeah.
All I did was wipe the top of. First, it was this one. This is the first one that came out, and I was actually live while I was finding these. Because I do live videos, and I was at a hot spot. And when I found this one and I wiped it, the stones were so clean, like it looked like I just cleaned it. And the sun hit it, that I already had found this one, but thought it was just a costume ring. And when I put it together, I realized it was one huge set.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my favorite. That's my favorite find.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's probably your wife's favorite
got me
find
in
too.
trouble for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I was very loud about what I found in the property. I wasn't shy to show the people, and they just want nothing. You know, some people are just like that. What's good about it sometimes is that, you know, good karma, I guess it is what you call it. You put out there and people will receive. I've been doing this a very long time, and I've had some great ring recoveries that I just given it to the people because I was like, you know what, I could walk that way, but my heart tells me that belongs to them. And the right thing to do is, while you're detecting, is if you got time and you're doing it for the right reason, give yourself some research time. Do a little bit of research. Once you do your research, if you feel that was enough research, at least you did it. And with the groups that we have today, and with the kind of networking that everybody does, if you're really serious about returning something, 90% of the time it can happen. So it's just it comes from here. And since it came from here, I got this.
Absolutely. Well, that's
Yep.
all right. And it looks like we're getting close to the. Oh, we are. Real quick, give me your favorite find.
Oh, I have more than one, but I'm going to show you one of my favorites.
CS.
That is part of a tongue buckle, Confederate tongue buckle.
Okay.
So we got that. Then to balance things out a little bit, we've got, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Do I have it upside down? Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
That's a Union.
That's a Union sword belt plate.
Sword belt plate. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
gorgeous.
two of my favorites, but there's more. There's lots. I can't pick a favorite. There's a lot. Like here, wait. Oh, there's one more.
Well,
is that an
infantry eye button?
Infantry,
it's a block eye, yeah.
Block eye. Well, that's
Confederate. Cool. That's also Confederate.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So.
Well, it looks like we're out of time, aren't we, Jeff?
Yes, we are. But I tell you what, we're going to do. We're going to get them back.
Yes,
probably in around September. That'll give them time. We'll get the legend out there to more people. And Dwight, you and Kimmie, you both want to come back in September?
Sure.
Would love to. Would love to. Anytime with my sister, because let me tell you, she's the brains of the family.
All right.
Don't even.
Well, let me say this. Thank you guys for coming on here. Thank you, Jeff.
Look, he's got me blushing.
Thank you, Kimmie, and thank you, Jocelyn, for helping me. And thank you to all of our many members on Facebook and YouTube. This was an awesome show. Thank you, guys.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
And I'll turn it over to you, Jeff.
Love you.
All righty. Well, that was it. It was a great show. Dwight, I can't say thanks enough. Kimmie, I can't say thank you to you enough. I will be in touch. We'll get another date booked soon. And maybe if we're lucky, maybe we'll get Delik on with us.
That'd be nice. We can do that.
Woot, woot, woot. We'll see.
That'll be amazing right there. I would love to be on the show with Delik.
And we'll see what we can get done. Delik's pretty good. So everybody, we want to thank you for joining us. We had a couple of really lucky winners tonight that are going to start finding all kinds of gold and silver and everything. And we had two of the best with us tonight, and we want to thank them. And we want to see you on Thursday night for Treasure Tales, where we're going to do some magnet fishing and detecting.
Cool.
And the guests are going to be the Gals Out West and the Twin Diggers, Minnesota sisters that hunt together and magnet fish together. So it's going to be a good show. Treasure Tales comes on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday night. We'll see you then. And Phil, thanks, buddy. You're my brother from another mother. I love you. Jocelyn, love you. And we will see y'all later. So happy hunting and dig deeper.
Dig deeper.
Love you guys. Bye.
We'll see you guys.